and we're here with Tom Harper, who has been a guest once or twice before.
A couple times. Yeah.
Hasn't learned a damn thing and comes back anyway. And let's talk all things Avidyne. What's new?
Well, the new exciting thing here at the show, of course, is that Avidyne was voted the Associate Member of the Year. So that was a real honor for us to be awarded that.
Is that where you get Mike Adamson drunk?
His what?
Is that where you get Mike Adamson drunk and working for?
We'll work it on that. Yeah, that was voted on by the members and the associate members. So that was a real honor for us for all the hard work we do. We've also gave an update on our Vantage program, which is our Cirrus upgrade. So that's the airplane's flying, and we're proceeding forward on that program. Got a big backlog of customers, as I'm sure you're aware, and hope to have that certified and shipping before the end of the year. All goes well. We talked about, of course, we recently finished up our 10.2.3.2 software.
2.A.
Yeah, exactly. That one. Square root of 2, yeah.
Yeah.
So we finished that up, it was mainly some minor product improvements, etc. What else? We announced Helix at the Heli Expo last month, a few weeks ago, partnered with IS&S. So that's been a really interesting
That's an interesting partnership, considering all the various histories and so forth.
Right.
Going back to the jet that shall remain nameless.
Yeah. That one,
Yeah.
So.
Holy smokes.
But but you know, we had these, it was Helios FMS.
Yeah.
It's a great product, especially for like the S-76 market. There's these legacy helicopters out there that more so than looking for LPV necessarily or some other feature, they're looking for improving the reliability and dispatchability. So these old legacy cockpits are really getting long in the tooth, unsupportable in many cases, and parts are hard to get, all that. So we went out and looked for a display partner to help us with that, and IS&S was a great fit with their 10.4 displays. Those are DAL-A displays, and they've already done a lot of the interfaces, so it made a great match for us.
Where will we see those show up?
Well, we're working on a program, and we've partnered with PHI Helicopter, who handles a lot of those machines. They're going to be the system integrator. They just launched PHI MRO this year at Heli Expo, so they were looking for some new programs to launch. So they're going to do the integration on the S-76 C++. They touch a lot of those helicopters as well.
So serious piece of helicopter.
Right.
Wow.
And then we hope to have the STC that will also include the C++. So, you know, we went from 200 to like 450 airplanes on the helicopter.
There you go.
So, lots of good stuff going on.
PHI is going to be an interesting partner. They've got tough missions, very exacting requirements under the circumstances. Not the easiest people to work with because the requirements are tough.
The requirements are tough. Dispatchability is everything. You got the oil and gas industry.
Yeah. You
got EMS. You got law enforcement. Those news gathering. All of those industries are using those machines, and they're workhorse airplane. If they're not in the air, they're not making money.
No.
And so we think that's going to be a good fit.
What's the timeline look like for that?
Well, we're just now starting the program, so we're hoping by the end of the year we will have the integration done, and should have the STC done by then too. But
holy smokes, it's moving right along.
So yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Do you see much of a growth profile from there? Are you looking at other airframes?
We are. Of course, there's Blackhawks or a derivative machine, so that's an opportunity there. And then there's a bunch of other helicopters that all of our product line can go in, whether it's Bell 412s or AS350s or 407s. So we're doing a lot of cool, interesting things in the helicopter market. We're doing some interesting things with the dual Atlas on the Lear 55 series.
Yep.
So we're moving the Atlas into Part 25, where it was born for. We've got 560 XL STC in the works in the citation program for the Atlas as well. So
that's a good market.
Yep. And we've done IFD 550s, 450s, and some Lears in the citation market as well. So
well, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, no, there's Some of those airframes are flying with such garbage up front now.
Well, they want to get LPV,
Yeah.
and sometimes the only solution is ripping the entire cockpit out.
Oops.
With our glass technology, we can interface to some of those legacy EFIS systems.
EFIS-I,
yeah. and extend the life of those otherwise perfectly good airplanes, and get them LPV where they can get into more runways and complete more missions.
Big job. Let's go back to Vantage for a moment. It's a program a lot of people have been watching.
Yep.
Obviously beyond the airframe that was chosen to begin with. It's also, with the legacy airframes flying really old glass, if glass at all in some cases, there's a ready market. I don't know how many airframes would fit to what you propose at this point, but it's got to be considerable there as well. But where do you go from there? I mean, can we expect movement to other airframes anytime in the next year, 2, 3?
Well, we introduced Vantage as our glass panel solution. Vantage 12 is going in the Cirrus. 12 being a 12-inch glass, which won't fit in a lot of airplanes.
Nope.
But Cirrus has a side stick, so that was designed for that airplane. It may not go into many others. We think maybe a few. Of course, there's the Integra-equipped, the Piper airplanes, and the PA-46s specifically, that there might be a big enough panel there that we're looking at the 12s for those.
There's some real estate there.
So we're starting to explore opportunities beyond the Cirrus, but we want to get that Cirrus certified
46
first.
interests me a great deal.
PA-46, the Matrix, the Mirage, and we've got some Meridians as well. With Integra, we can do this exact same program.
Wow.
And then you've also got the PA-32s, but now you've got need a smaller display. So we're looking at a Vantage 11 or some kind of replacement that'll be smaller. So which we'll announce that later when we get beyond this.
As I understand it now, though, you've got pricing for the Vantage 12?
Vantage 12 pricing for 2023 is $16,500 per screen, so $33K for the set.
That's not bad.
Including a core exchange on the Integra. So if you on the Cirrus, if you look at 2 displays, dual 440s replacing the 430s, and the DFC-90 replacing the S-Tech, you're all in for list price of about $76,000.
Wow.
Yeah, great autopilot. Never heard a bad word about it.
Not going to get it from me. I had the 100, of course, but I love that thing.
Yeah, great.
Matter of fact, we had a ball when we did the initial acceptance test on that. It was some of the most fun I ever had in the Cirrus.
Yeah,
it was a good time. Just no matter what.
Yeah, well, that kind of launched the whole envelope protection and the straight and level.
I mean, it was everything all at the same time. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, good stuff.
And of course, the 90s inherited all that. So, or actually had it to begin with. Because the 90 preceded the 100, if I remember correctly, correct? Or was it?
Yeah, we did the 90 first, but we were developing the 100 in parallel for the R9. Yeah.
Right. So, interesting stuff to say the least. Yeah. Now, am I mistaken in that the Vantage 12 program for the Cirrus will only be for those that have been previously glass equipped, or can you go back to some of the old 6-pack machines?
The short answer is we can do the 6-pack machines, but there's a 6-pack to Integra to Vantage kind of component to that, at least initially. And the reason is we're designing Vantage for the 3,700 Integra-equipped Cirruses that were shipped between 2003 and halfway through 08, whenever it was. And we're designing it so that those displays come out, you replace the panel, you don't have to move the glare shield, we'll have an adapter harness that'll interface to you don't have to rewire the entire airplane. You'll just convert those connectors, plug into the new Vantage displays. The IFDs are already slide-in replacements for the GNS. The DFC is already a slide-in replacement for the S-Tech. So it's a pretty clean install.
Excellent.
So that'll give you dual AHRs, which of course Integra only had single AHRs. So now you can fly through a failure where before if the PFD was out, you lost your autopilot. Now you'll fly through that and the DFC will keep trucking. We also announced an option for a second air data computer and a second magnetometer. Okay. So it's an additional 10 grand for that. So
that's a lot of redundancy.
Yes. So you eliminate all the single point failures, if you will.
I'll be darned. Outstanding. Okay. Well, I'm dying to see what happens with additional airframes down the line. I'm in the process of choosing my next airplane. I'm curious to see what's going to come down the line, because outside of my problems with the airframe manufacturer, the R9 experience I had and my SR-22 was the best flying experience in a single engine airplane I'd had.
Those that still fly it love it, yeah.
I mean, what was really fun was, having to do the run. At the time I was on the board of a cargo airline down south and having to run into Miami all the time, and Miami had this problem setting you up on an approach and then all of a sudden sidestepping you to someplace else. On Brand G, that's a lot of buttons to push and this to push and this and that. On R9, it was so flawless to make a quick, and everything, of course, you're watching the pink line, you're doing this and that. Yep. It was just stunning. I mean, you were literally daring, okay, Miami, take your best shot, buddy.
Yeah, right.
I don't care. Just run me in from the south, I'm with you, buddy, not a problem. And it was just such a flawless way to do business. The methodology was good.
And all of that, all of that has migrated into the IFDs.
Oh, I know, but still,
the 550.
I'm ready to come home, buddy.
In fact, the software releases for the IFDs is R10. It's just the next evolution, adding touchscreen.
I'm dying to see what happens with that. When you guys get that flying to a point you're willing to have somebody flight test, give me a call. I'm ready to come out and do it. That'll be a lot of fun to see. So what's happening right now with the IFD series? What's the latest and greatest there?
Well, like I say, we finished the 10.3.2.1, which is kind of a minor point release. Fixed a few things. One of the other things that came part of that was the FMS only version of Atlas. So the initial version of Atlas that we certified had the integrated VHF radio for nav and comm. So this software basically enabled the non-radio version, which is just another software release. The hardware release was developed in parallel, so that kind of came into being. So we've got some programs that we're not ready to announce, but coming soon with that. But then we'll have the next release on board will be the release that includes the Vantage release. So those will all play together.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, a lot going on there.
Yeah.
So what else? What else are you guys working on these days?
Well, that's a big deal. And the only other thing is we've got a lot of work going on in the advanced air mobility side of the house.
Yeah.
With some partners to be unnamed at this point, but we've got some announcements coming up in the next few months on some products and product lines for that market.
AAM is just going to be insane.
Well, there's a lot of them out there now, but when the dust settles, there's going to be some players.
There's going to be a lot of dust settling. Yeah. That's everybody, the money is running insane. It's insane money right now. Right. And everybody's got a project, but it's also a time when the technology is finally going to start filtering to a point of provability. Yeah. That's when things are going to get interesting. And the few that are able to verify and get an airframe through to some sense of usability is going to be exciting. It really is. Hopefully you've got one of those. There's absolutely some fascinating stuff because of our work with AUVSI. Okay, one more time. AUVSI is our media partner over the years. We had access to a lot of things that were in the works. It was exciting to watch, but it was breathtaking. It was so hard to keep up with that. And I would imagine the requirements that are being given to you for what these operators are looking for has to be insane.
Well, the beauty of it is one of the things that we're able to do with our agility is provide these customers, they're looking for stuff that doesn't exist today.
Yeah.
Where, some folks are selling,
they're looking for FM.
But we're looking...
Flipping magic.
Magic, yes, that's right.
I cleaned that one up.
Yes, thank you. And one of the technologies we're developing is the ability to have a multi-core processor, so that because they have engineers and they want to develop some of the software themselves, but we want to give them a platform that'll deliver a certain amount of that and then allow them the space to customize. So
outstanding.
There's just a lot going on, and we're in the thick of it.
Must be busy.
Yeah. Very much so.
One of the things I've been asking a number of our guests here today, we're watching this industry starting to hire, rehire, whatever the case may be, after losing a fair amount of manpower in during the pandemic series, and surprisingly not as much as many other industries. How is the hiring situation right now? Are you finding the people you need? what kind of training is lacking, or what do you need to see? What is your feeling about the folks that you're looking for right now to take Avidyne to the next level?
Well, we seem to be hiring engineers as fast as we can find them. So there's a big demand for software engineers, hardware engineers, systems engineers, and so on. So, and so we're growing, we're expanding. We moved to a new facility last year to open up our factory and our engineering to get more engineers in there. So sales and marketing moved to a building down the street. So that's given us room to grow.
They kicked you out, huh?
They kicked us out, yeah,
okay.
pretty much, yeah. And,
all right.
but finance is in there too, and they'll never kick them out. So we're all good there. So that's a big deal. When we talk to our dealers, there's still a big demand for technicians, especially experienced technicians. So one of the things for us as a challenge as a manufacturer is making products that are easier to install, making product support that's more accessible. We've done things with our interactive installation manuals. So you can go to our PDF of our install manuals, got click to videos that explains each interface and troubleshooting videos. So we're trying to make it so a less experienced technician can get up to speed quicker. So that's helping our dealer channel.
Wow, okay.
We've got a knowledge base. So anytime we get questions, we put these knowledge base articles up, and 24/7, and of course globally, folks can get access to answers. So
smart, very smart.
It's really helping us alleviate some of that pressure of manpower and expertise.
Anything we should look for Oshkosh this year?
I'll reserve any kind of...
Just you, me.
Yeah,
ignore the guy behind the camera.
Us. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm not going to snirk you with that one anymore, am I?
No.
Dan ready to kick my butt after the last time? Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
We tried.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to seeing you at Oshkosh. I'm sure there's got to be a few arrows in your quiver on that one.
Yeah, we're hoping for a good show again this year. Yeah.
And of course, as long as Mr. Uncle FAA is good with certifications and paperwork and all that.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we got to get it to him first, in fairness. So as soon as we can get across the line and put it in their hands, then we'll be on the downhill slide, and we're really looking forward to it. We got a big backlog on the Vantage. Mm-hmm. So once we start shipping, somebody who is interested in Vantage, we're encouraging them to go ahead and upgrade their IFDs now, upgrade their autopilot now. That'll get them in line because the queue's starting to grow. So when we start shipping, you'll be in the queue to get yours.
And make the ultimate installation process a lot simpler.
Exactly.
Makes perfect sense. It'll be fun to watch. All righty, Tom, as always, it's been a pleasure. Fun to watch. Really looking forward to the future, especially since somewhere down the line I hope to be flying another panel with you guys, depending on what I'm flying and what you have available, and how much we can, talk Dan out of and so forth. And yeah, we can deliver that a little early, no problem. We're ready. Yeah, no problem. Just whatever it takes. So we'll look forward to that as well. In the meantime, where can people get more information on the entire Avidyne program?
Well, of course, we're at avidyne.com, our website. Here at the show, we're at booth 726, but see us on avidyne.com, and we've got a YouTube channel, and we've got lots of training videos and those sort of things, resources on our website as well. So
very good, Tom. Thank you so much for your time.
Aero-News Network's coverage of the 66th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show, live from Orlando, Florida, is brought to you in part by the following sponsors: